Hi everyone, this is Hiba from My Little Journal, and today I'm going to be working in my Week in the Life journal. I'm going to be setting up Friday. As always, I head and add my journaling as the day goes by, and all I do at this point is just fill in the gaps and add the photos. I'm going to be stamping the date and the day. These are stamp sets from the Paper Person shop. And I will be adding all the links for everything I used and mentioned down in the description box for you. So I'm sticking to the colors from the days of the week. I decided to do this once I started working in this journal. I just thought it would look nice for all the days to kind of match. And so once I stamp 17 and Friday, I'm going to start working on my gratitude for today and feelings about today. I've been using my stamps to do this. You guys know how much I love my stamps. And by the way, I went back to the timeline to add my color. I really like doing this. I think it makes everything pop and like the time of the day stands out. Anyways, going back to the gratitude and the feelings, I'm going to be using my stamps to fill out the gratitudes from the day and how I felt that day. I'll start by stamping a little dog stamp. This one is from Close to My Heart. It's so cute and it's new to me, so I'm excited to use it because I'm always grateful for Stitch. He keeps me going throughout the day. He was my partner for walks and all that good stuff. I also will be stamping a little car because my daughter did her driver's license test and she passed, but this was the week after, but I decided to include it in my week in the life. Honestly, just because I wanted to document the moment, even though it didn't happen that day, but it did happen. And I thought this was a great space for me to document it. This is why I always say, make your own rules. Yes, it's great to document your day, moment by moment. But if there's a moment that happened a week before or a week after, it's still a good place to document it. So I say this all the time. There's no rules. Do your thing. Anyways, I stamped some kitchen utensils and I stamped a couch for self-care. And I'm just filling it out. I have been using this little arrow just to kind of point to things. It's just a great and fun way to add some color to my stamping. I also have been using the stamp set from the Paper Person shop. It just has words about emotions and feelings. It's a perfect spot for me to use it. So I did start the day kind of tired. Midday, I was happy. And then at the end of the day, I was okay. I think I mentioned this in my Thursday setup. I had like a swollen eye and it was bothering me the whole day and it just got worse on Friday. But anyways, once I finish stamping, I'm going to move on to the next 2 pages. We'll come back and add my journaling later. Just like to add a little tiny bit of journaling about my feelings and what I'm grateful for. Before I move on to our next 2 spreads, I did want to mention my Crayola Super Tip markers. I love these markers. They come in a set of 100, so you are bound to find the right color to match your project. Just really, really enjoy using them, and they're pretty cheap. Also, I wanted to mention adding a drop shadow to your stamping. It really makes it look like you did it yourself and the words kind of pop. So I definitely recommend adding some drop shadow to your letters. It really helps everything look complete and it looks like something you did yourself. Anyways, let's move on to our next 2 spreads. I start by using my Mega Date stamp from Studio Calico to stamp out the date. I love my Mega Date stamp. This one, I think I have 3 of them. This one works the best because I use it the most. So it's not hard to roll the dates, basically. When you first buy it, it's really hard to use, but eventually it will loosen up a little bit. I will be doing a mind map on this spread. I love doing mind maps. I do it in my planner. I do it sometimes in my daily journal. I feel like it's a great place for you to use your stamps and also be creative. And then you can always come in and color them in with your Crayola super tips. I also will doodle. I like to doodle as well. And especially if I don't have a stamp to represent what I'm looking for. And I use my stickers as well. So if you have a lot of stickers or die cuts, a mind map is the perfect place to use them. I went ahead and stamped a carton of eggs because I made eggs for the kids that morning, a dog stamp to represent Stitch in our walks. I think I stamp a peach. I'll stamp out the new university my son is going to because he had orientation that day. I'll use my stickers to add some books because I did go book shopping. And I'll even add a little KitchenAid as well from my die cuts because I got to cook with my mom and bake with her as well. So just little tidbits. I like to kind of use this opportunity to represent little tidbits from the day. Maybe I didn't have a photo from that moment, or maybe the photo wasn't that great and I don't want to use it or I don't have space. So the mind map really helps kind of represent all those little moments throughout the day. I did want to thank everybody who has been tagging me while they're creating their mind maps. It's so fun to see how everybody's kind of using their stamps and recreating these mind maps in their journals and projects. They really are a great way to represent your day and use your products. But anyways, I'm almost done. I'm just going to color in some of my stamping. I will also be adding my little arrow. I like using my pen to add an arrow from one stamp to the other. Again, just for the heck of it. There's no reason behind it. I just think it looks pretty cool. We are done with our mind map. I'm going to move on to our photos. So the next few spreads are all about my photos. I have been printing my photos in collages. I just thought it would be fun to print these in different sizes, especially some of my photos I take vertically and some are horizontal. So I didn't want to worry about how to add them into my journal, and collages are the best way to do that. For my what I want to remember, I went with a large photo. I've been doing that every day throughout this little journal. And I wanted to add a photo of Sabine getting her driver's license. Again, this didn't happen on this day, but that doesn't bother me. I don't mind documenting it in this journal because I really wanted to document it and represent that moment, even if it didn't happen on that day. Again, there is no rules in scrapbooking. Anyways, I used an Everyday Explorer stamp to stamp out "You kicked ass," "Oh yay," "well done." I stamped them on white paper, trimmed them out, and I'm going to use them as embellishments for this photo of Sabine. And then I can move on to the next page where I'm documenting, always vacuuming. I probably have some type of cleaning photo throughout the week on each day. Me working, book shopping. Thought this stamp set from Studio Calico was perfect to add right above my vacuuming photo, even trim it out and all that good stuff. But once I add it, I really wasn't feeling it. Just felt like it was too big for the layout. So I'm going to end up changing my mind. I'm going to go through my Week in the Life kit. And I found this little chipboard that said Happy Friday. And I thought, you know what, I am documenting Friday, might as well use it here, and it fit perfectly. So I go ahead and start sticking down my photos. I'm going to use that chipboard right above my vacuum photo. Also be using some of the products from the kit to fill in little spaces on my spread. Really wanted to finish the kit and what it came with before I finished my journal. I did not want to leave any of the stuff left behind. I don't know if I'm going to do this again next year. I also don't want to keep things and hoard it. So you can see me here using up a lot of the stickers. I'm actually really close to finishing up my stickers and my chipboard. And when I'm done with this project, I will go back in and use whatever is left over. I'll find a way to use it. I just don't want to leave any of this product in my stash. Anyways, now we can move on to our next two spreads. I'm going to be documenting little moments from the day. I have been using these 4x6 cards, trimming them down to add them as headers for my photos. Again, this is still a great place for you to use your 4x6s and 3x4s. They do not have to be in pockets. I feel like they look even better if they're not in a pocket. So I just trim them. I try to mix them into my spreads. And again, it's a great way to break down your photos as well. Now, because I don't have a lot of product left from my week in life and I don't really want to go into my stash as much, I won't be adding a lot to the spread. I think I end up stamping good morning underneath my waffle photo. I'll add a few stickers from the kit and a chipboard as well. And I'm just documenting our breakfast, getting ready for the day, Leif getting his first paycheck, just little tidbits from that day. So I did want to mention that I do remove a big chunk from the backing of my chipboard just to lessen the bulk from my journal. I do want this journal to hold up, so just removing the backing and using some liquid glue really helps. And I'm going to finish up the spread by adding a little word sticker. I do go through my own word stickers in between the photos just to fill out that gap. I'm going to stamp out good morning, and then we're going to move on to our last two spreads for Friday. Move on to my last two pages in my journal. I went with a large 5x7. And then I'm creating a little collage with my photos on the opposite side. Now, because I have the space in between my photos, I'm going to use one of these tag cards from my kit to fill out that space. Again, you don't need a pocket. This is a great place for you to use those cards, and it's a great spot for you to add journaling if you wanted to. So the card is pretty big, so I'm going to go ahead and trim it down so it can fit nicely in between my photos. I will stick down all my photos, and then I'm going to go through my kit. Now, because I used a lot of my kit, I wasn't able to find a lot of chipboard and stickers to add to my photos. So I will end up going through my stash, which is okay. But as long as I look through my kit first, I'm happy. I want to use that kit. I want to kind of finish it up and be able to throw out empty packs, empty sheets of stickers. So anyways, I end up adding recalculating to my photo because I did have to recalculate my day that day. I go through my own chipboards. I wanted a large chipboard for that photo of Stitch, and I like the taking it day by day. I stick it down, but I'll come back in and add a little sticker to back it up just to add a little color and kind of add some texture to my chipboard. As you can see, some of these chipboards, I did not remove the backing because I'm at Friday. I feel like I'm good and it won't add that much bulk. But if I started from Monday, my journal would get really big and hefty. Anyways, I am almost done. I'm just going to add this chipboard and call my layouts done. As always, I will be adding everything I use down in the description box for you. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. And I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye.